A very good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha television. I am Aishwarya Kapoor with you. Well, it is Monday morning and there's lots that's making news. Let us start first with the headlines. 2 to 3 terrorists are cornered in Kashmir. Encounter underway in Pulwama district in the wake of last week's attack on CRPF convoy. Government withdraws the security cover of 6 separatist leaders in the valley. President Ramnath Kovind condemns the Pulwama attack. Prime Minister Modi expresses outrage, pays tributes to 2 martyred Jawans from Bihar at an event in Patna. On her 3-nation visit, Sushma Swaraj makes Tehran stopover. Iran's deputy foreign minister promises support in combating terrorism in the region. Summons Pak envoy over Fedayeen attacks on its forces. 4-day public hearing in the Kulbhushan Jadhav case to begin at the International Court of Justice at The Hague from today. Indian national Jadhav lodged in a Pakistani jail on the charges of espionage since April 2017. And in cricket, Virat Kohli dominates ICC rankings, leads the rankings with 922 points. Cheteshwar Pujara at number 3 with 881 points. Our top story this morning is from Jammu and Kashmir, where a gun battle is underway in the Pulwama district between the security forces and militants. The encounter broke out this morning in South Kashmir's Pulwama district after the terrorists fired upon the security forces. 2 to 3 terrorists believed to be hidden in the area. The encounter comes in less than a week after one of the deadliest terror attacks in Pulwama's Awantipora area, where 4 CRPF Jawans were martyred by the Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed outfit. Meanwhile, the security cover of 6 separatist leaders, including Mirwais Umar Farooq, were withdrawn on Sunday. The order said that besides Mirwais, the security cover of Abdul Ghani Butt, Bilal Lone, Shabir Shah, among others, have been withdrawn. While there is no categorization of security for these leaders, the state government, in consultation with the centre, had provided them ad hoc security, keeping in mind the threat to their lives from some militant groups. Home Minister Rajnath Singh, remember, during his visit to Srinagar on Friday, had said that security given to people getting funds from Pakistan and its snooping agency ISI should be reviewed.
जम्मू कश्मीर के अंदर आतंकवाद और अलगाववाद को बढ़ाएं, ऐसे लोगों को बिल्कुल सुरक्षा नहीं। ऐसे लोगों की जगह जेल की सलाखों के पीछे है। जम्मू कश्मीर के गवर्नर महोदय ने बहुत अच्छा कदम उठाया है। हुर्रियत वालों की सारी सुरक्षा वापस कर ली गई है। वक्त आ गया है कि हुर्रियत के तमाम लीडरों को दिल्ली की तिहाड़ जेल में या जोधपुर जेल में बंद कर दिया जाए, क्योंकि इन लोगों ने जम्मू कश्मीर के अंदर बेगुनाह लोगों का कत्ल किया है।
अलगाववादी हैं जिनको हुर्रियत कहते हैं, वो पाकिस्तान से बात करते हैं, उनको कई जगह से फंडिंग आती है और सबसे की पीड़ा की बात यह है, सुरक्षा भारत सरकार से, सुरक्षा कश्मीर सरकार से, और कश्मीर में अलगाववादी और आतंकवादियों पर मुलायम और आशीर्वाद, ये तो नहीं चलेगा ना। भारत कश्मीर को भारत से अलग करने वाली किसी कार्रवाई को स्वीकार नहीं करेगा। जम्मू कश्मीर भारत का अंग है और रहेगा। तो स्वाभाविक है कि आप अपने अलगाववाद की बात करिए, लेकिन भारत और कश्मीर सरकार की सुरक्षा के तले आप अलगाववाद की बात करेंगे, सहयोग लेंगे भारत सरकार से, कश्मीर सरकार से, और भारत को तोड़ने की बात करेंगे, तो ये नहीं चलेगा। तो अगर ये फैसला हुआ है, कश्मीर सरकार ने फैसला किया है, तो अच्छा स्वागत योग्य फैसला है। ये फैसला पहले होना चाहिए था।
Meanwhile, BJP held a nationwide protest against terror and condolence meetings for the victims of the Pulwama attack at the district headquarters on Sunday. The protests were also held in Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru and Kolkata, among other cities.
देश के लोगों की जो पीड़ा है वो भी हम देश की सेना तक, देश की सरकार तक वो पहुंच भी रही है। पूरा देश इस समय नरेंद्र मोदी के साथ खड़ा है, लेकिन जो घटना घटी है उसको हम पार्टी स्तर पर भी एक जवानों को श्रद्धांजलि देते हुए हम इस बात का प्रण लेने वाले हैं कि अब हमारे बर्दाश्त की सीमा समाप्त हो चुकी है।
Meanwhile, the CRPF has decided to tweak the standard operating procedures or the SOPs framed to secure its convoys in the wake of a new threat where an explosives-laden vehicle was detonated by a terrorist alongside the forces bus in Pulwama. CRPF Director General R.R. Bhatnagar said that apart from traffic control, there will be changes in the timings of the convoys, their halt locations and movement in coordination with the other security forces like the Army and the J&K police. He said that the two convoys have been run after the attack at Ladu Mode in Pulwama, and these new measures are being tested and implemented as part of the SOPs. President Ramnath Kovind on Sunday described as a cowardly act the Pulwama terror attack and said that the nation has faced such challenges with courage and patience. He said this at the closing ceremony of the 4th Agri Leadership Summit organized by the Haryana government in Sonipat. The president said that the entire nation was grieving along with the bereaved families of the Jawans killed in the attack. 40 CRPF personnel were martyred on Thursday in one of the deadliest terror attacks in Jammu and Kashmir. On to some other news, External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj is on a 3-nation visit to Bulgaria, Morocco and Spain. During her visit, Sushma Swaraj made a brief stopover in Iran on Saturday. Iran and India delivered a stern message to Pakistan days after both the countries lost soldiers to attacks carried out by terrorists operating from the Pakistani soil. Sushma Swaraj met with Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister Saeed Abbas Araghchi. And after the meet, Araghchi tweeted, India and Iran suffered from 2 heinous terrorist attacks in the past few days, resulting in big casualties. In my meeting with Sushma Swaraj, the Indian Foreign Minister, when she had a stopover in Tehran, we agreed on close cooperation to combat terrorism in the region. Enough is enough, he said. Iran also summoned the Pakistani ambassador to protest about the suicide bombing in that country that killed 27 of the elite Revolutionary Guards near Iranian border earlier this week. Commander of the Iran's elite Revolutionary Guards has blamed Pakistan's army and the Inter-Services Agency for the attack. Earlier on her visit to Bulgaria, she hailed India as a land of opportunity and invited the Indians living in Bulgaria to invest in the country and participate in its transformative journey. Addressing the Indian community, Sushma Swaraj also lauded the diaspora for its commendable role in boosting bilateral ties. She is the first ever Indian External Affairs Minister to visit the Balkan nation. Earlier, Swaraj also paid floral tributes at the Mahatma Gandhi statue in Sofia. She also met her Bulgarian counterpart. And after visiting Bulgaria, External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj on Sunday arrived at the Moroccan capital, Rabat, on her maiden visit to the North African nation, where she will meet the country's top leaders to discuss ways to consolidate strategic partnership in various sectors. She will also meet her Moroccan counterpart and political leadership. Now, 3 MOUs in the areas of counter-terrorism, housing and human settlements, and youth matters are expected to be signed between India and Morocco during the visit. Swaraj will also interact with the Indian community here. And on the last leg of her visit, the External Affairs Minister will visit Spain. Meanwhile, India will present a dossier against Pakistan for its role in abetting global terrorism at the ongoing Financial Action Task Force Summit in Paris. India will present a dossier demanding FATF to blacklist Pakistan for terror links and for its involvement in the Pulwama terror attack at the plenary session of the International Terror Financing Watchdog. The details of the terror attacks carried out by the Jaish-e-Mohammed in the past will also be mentioned in the document. The Paris headquartered Financial Action Task Force will also be told through the dossier how the Pakistani agencies are providing funds to the Jaish-e-Mohammed. The FATF blacklist means that the country concerned is non-cooperative in the global fight against money laundering and terrorist financing. In the FATF blacklist, if that happens, that FATF blacklists Pakistan, it may lead to the downgrading of the country by multilateral lenders like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, and also a reduction in the risk rating by Moody's, S&P and Fitch. Pakistan has been put on the grey list of the anti-terror finance watchdog in July 2018. On to some other news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday inaugurated and laid the foundation stones of several development projects in Bihar and Jharkhand. PM Modi laid the foundation stone of a Patna Metro Rail project worth over 13,000 crore rupees through a remote at a function in Barauni in Begusarai district. The Prime Minister initiated the construction and dedicated a number of projects in the oil and gas sector worth over 15,000 crore rupees and launched several development projects of civic works, Clean Ganga Mission and railways. He also laid the foundation stone for medical colleges in the area and also for the upgradation of the government medical colleges here. He reiterated that the NDA government was giving a lot of importance to the health sector. He also paid tributes to two of the CRPF jawans of the state who were martyred in the Pulwama attack and said that he was filled with grief and outrage, just like the people of the country.
और मैं अनुभव कर रहा हूं आपके और देशवासियों के दिल में कितनी आग है। जो आग आपके दिल में है, वही आग मेरे दिल में भी है। ओडिशा को गैस पाइपलाइन से जोड़ा जा रहा है। इस योजना के पहले चरण में जगदीशपुर हल्दिया पाइपलाइन के पटना फुलपुर सेक्शन का लोकार्पण थोड़ी देर पहले किया गया। आपको याद होगा कि लगभग 3.5 साल पहले जुलाई 2015 में पटना से ही मैंने इसकी आधारशिला रखी थी। गैस पाइपलाइन की सुविधा को आगे बढ़ाते हुए हल्दिया, दुर्गापुर, एलपीजी पाइपलाइन का भी विस्तार मुजफ्फरपुर और पटना तक किया जा रहा है, जिसका शिलान्यास भी आज किया गया है। भाई और बहनों, इस परियोजना से 3 बड़े काम एक साथ होने जा रहे हैं। एक तो यहां बरौनी में जो फर्टिलाइजर का कारखाना फिर से चालू किया जा रहा है, उसको गैस उपलब्ध होगी। दूसरा, पटना में पाइप के माध्यम से घरों में गैस देने का काम होगा। पेट्रोल डीजल की जगह सीएनजी से गाड़ियां चल पाएगी। पटना में तो सिटी गैस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के प्लांट का उद्घाटन भी हो गया है। इससे वहां हजारों परिवारों को अब पाइप वाली गैस चूल्हे तक पहुंचने वाली है। हम शहरों में भी स्मार्ट ट्रैफिक व्यवस्थाएं विकसित कर रहे हैं। मैं पटना वासियों को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं, क्योंकि पाटलिपुत्र अब मेट्रो रेल से जुड़ने वाला है। 13,000 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक की इस परियोजना को वर्तमान के साथ साथ भविष्य को, जरूरतों को ध्यान में रखते हुए विकसित किया जा रहा है। ये मेट्रो प्रोजेक्ट तेजी से विकसित हो रहे पटना शहर को और बुलंदी देगा, नई रफ्तार देगा। इसके साथ साथ पटना रिवर फ्रंट के विकसित होने से पटना में रहने वाले लोग और वहां आने वाले पर्यटकों को एक अलग अनुभव मिलने वाला है।
And later in the day, Prime Minister Modi unveiled projects related to the health, education and water supply and sanitation sectors worth over 3,306 crore rupees in Jharkhand. He inaugurated 4 rural water supply schemes in Ramgarh and Hazaribagh and laid the foundation stone of 6 more rural water supply schemes in these 2 districts and also an urban water supply scheme in Hazaribagh. He inaugurated a women engineering college building in Ramgarh through remote and 3 medical colleges in Hazaribagh, Dumka and Palamu and Jamshedpur. He said that the government has taken several development initiatives in the past 4.5 years for the upliftment of all sections of society.
साथियों, झारखंड में स्वास्थ्य सुविधाओं को मजबूत करने के लिए केंद्र सरकार राज्य सरकार के साथ मिलकर निरंतर प्रयास कर रही है। देवघर में एम्स के बाद आज 3 जिले दुमका, हजारीबाग और पलामू में मेडिकल कॉलेज का उद्घाटन हमारे इन्हीं प्रयासों का परिणाम है। सिर्फ 3 साल पहले की स्थिति ये थी कि झारखंड में 3 मेडिकल कॉलेज थे। अब आज देखिए, एक ही दिन में 3 मेडिकल कॉलेज खुल रहे हैं। इन मेडिकल कॉलेजों से युवाओं को यहीं पर मेडिकल पढ़ाई का विकल्प तो मिलेगा ही, साथ में स्वास्थ्य सुविधाएं भी बेहतर होगी। साथियों, मुझे खुशी है कि झारखंड ने स्वच्छता की दिशा में बहुत सराहनीय काम किया है। 4.5 वर्ष पहले जहां स्वच्छता का दायरा सिर्फ 20% था, वहीं अब झारखंड ने खुद को खुले में शौच से मुक्त कर दिया है। रघुवर दास जी, उनकी पूरी टीम, इनके प्रशासन के सभी छोटे बड़े मुलाजिम, सबको मेरी तरफ लाख लाख बधाई।
And on to the other top story this morning. The International Court of Justice, or the ICJ, will hold public hearings in the Kulbhushan Jadhav case from today at The Hague. Former Solicitor General Harish Salve is expected to represent India during the 4 days of a public hearing. While India will argue first, Pakistan will get its chance to make submissions tomorrow, followed by India's reply, with Islamabad making closing submissions on 21st of February. The ICJ's verdict is likely to be delivered by the summer of 2019. Jadhav, a retired Indian Navy officer, was sentenced to death by a Pakistani military court on the charges of espionage and terrorism in April 2017. India had moved the ICJ in May the same year against the farcical trial by the military court of Pakistan against Jadhav. In its written pleadings, India accused Pakistan of violating the Vienna Convention by not giving consular access to Jadhav. And on 18th of May 2017, a 10-member bench of the ICJ had restrained Pakistan from executing Jadhav till the adjudication of the case. In Breakfast News, we'll take a very short break here. News and updates continue on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
One of the most influential revolutionaries of Indian freedom struggle, Shaheed Bhagat Singh. Born into a Sikh family, patriotism flowed in his blood at the age of 13. When he formed Naujawan Bharat Sabha to spread the message of revolution in Punjab. In the wake of avenging Lala Lajpat Rai's death, Bhagat Singh and his associates coined the catchphrase Inqilab Zindabad. But towards the end of their rebellion, they had to pay a heavy price for their patriotism. Following the blasts inside the corridors of the assembly, both Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Dutt courted arrest. Bhagat Singh was sent to the gallows in Lahore with his fellow comrades, after which he was cremated in Hussainiwala on the banks of Satluj.
Welcome back after the break. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley will highlight the key points of the interim budget, including the fiscal consolidation roadmap in the customary post-budget meeting of the Central Board of the RBI scheduled today. The meeting will take place against the backdrop of a slight deviation from the fiscal deficit target for the current financial year, tax rebate for income up to 5 lakh rupees and income support scheme for 12 crore farmers. In the interim budget, the government had projected a fiscal deficit of 3.4% of the GDP for 2019-20 against the earlier target of 3.3%. The meet will also take up the issues of dividend and prompt corrective action or the PCA and the easing of the SME loan norms by public sector banks with the central bank. The meeting of the RBI's Central Board is also slated to take a call on interim dividend to the government. The board will take a view based on the central bank's audited earnings for the first 6 months and finalize an interim dividend transfer. Army Hospital Research and Referral commemorated its Foundation Day on Sunday. Army Hospital Research and Referral provides a state-of-the-art medical care to armed forces personnel, veterans and their families from across the length and breadth of the country. The event was attended by a bevy of dignitaries from the armed forces and guests from a broad range of disciplines with a stake in providing affordable health care of the highest quality in the nation. The Indian Army Medical Corps also honoured Rajya Sabha television for ground report on Army Hospital Research and Referral. Argentina's President Mauricio Macri arrived in India on Sunday for a 3-day visit and is slated to hold bilateral talks to enhance cooperation in key sectors such as economy, nuclear technology and space with Prime Minister Narendra Modi today. During his visit, President Macri will also meet President Ramnath Kovind. Macri's visit to India follows PM Modi travelling to Argentina in late 2018 for the G20 summit, during which the leaders had a very productive bilateral meeting. Macri is accompanied by a high-level delegation comprising the Speaker, Foreign Affairs Minister and other top government officials of his country. The state visit of Macri is taking place in the 70th year of the formal diplomatic relations between the two countries. He will also visit Mumbai tomorrow. Sports news now. Indian cricket captain Virat Kohli remained on top while teammate Cheteshwar Pujara managed to hold on to his third position in the latest ICC Test cricket rankings. Kohli is leading the chart with 992 rating points ahead of New Zealand skipper Kane Williamson with 897 points and Pujara with 881 points. Besides Kohli and Pujara, no other Indian features in the top 10 list. In the bowlers list, India's Ravindra Jadeja is placed at the 5th spot with 794 points. Jadeja also features in the all-rounders list at the 3rd position ahead of West Indies Jason Holder and Shakib Al Hasan. And that is the wrap on this edition of Breakfast News. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.